I finished my book! I finished my book. I'm gonna show you.
Great, babe.
Thank you. I'm so happy. I'm really happy. It feels really, really good. So, the background noise right now is the sound of the last 100 pages of my book printing. We finished the big second draft, the big revision draft. I'm so happy to have gotten to the end of it because it was colossal. It was a colossal project, and now I can do the next pass. I can do my version 3 pass of the book. That is the last pass I'm gonna let myself do before I show it to a beta reader. So that will be nice. Also, this book is really long. It's an epic romance. It's 576 pages. It's as many words as the 4th Harry Potter book.
One of the best ones.
Thank you. I do love that book, and it's a good length. I'm self-conscious that my book is too long.
Yeah, I mean...
It'll get shorter.
Yeah.
I don't know how much shorter. I'm gonna show you my pages. This is my book. I feel so proud of this book. Like, I gave birth to this book. I did it. Like, I got to this stage. All of these are printed off in sections because my fiance has been reading the book as I revise this second draft of it. Quite a few of these pages are like double-sided, so that can just, you know, horrify you about what I've just created. My beautiful baby. Yeah, I'm ecstatic. It's good. But the reason I made this is because it is so easy to get discouraged when you are at that stage where you're close to finishing your book or your big project, but you haven't yet. And I was really feeling that. Like 4 days ago. I jotted down a list of all the reasons I was having a hard time finishing the book. So I want to go over those. It was a combination of 3 feelings, of feeling sad, daunted, and scared. And sad because I knew the book wasn't gonna be done yet. Like, the book wasn't gonna be, it's whatever, ready to send off to a publisher's stage at the end of this draft. So it was a little hard to accept that, like, I'm not even done with the full process, even though it's been a year and a half. And the reason I felt daunted was because I know I still have to do a version 3 pass. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that because I've never gotten to that stage of a book. But now that I've finished this version 2, I'm actually feeling better, but I can go into why in a second. Oh, I was also scared that it wouldn't feel as good as I thought it would feel to finish this big second draft of my book. But, like, those last 10 pages, a lot can change in terms of how you feel. And it did for me, and I felt, like, amazing by the time I got to the end. And keep in mind, I made this little list of how I was feeling when I had 10 pages left to edit. Like, so close. Like, my book was 576 pages, and I was at 566 pages, and I was like, what is it even for? It's like, oh my gosh, so close, just finish it. I knew I would, I knew I had to, but I was just like dragging my feet, and I didn't know why. And it's just these very natural feelings of like, what's the point? Like, why should I care? Like, who's gonna care? But I'm happy to tell you, I care. It does feel good. And you have to finish your story because you don't know how it's going to feel when you finish your story. It was just this great feeling of like me zooming out and looking at, oh, this is a huge milestone and one I've never reached before. So there's time to celebrate. I really wanted to make this vlog because I've been thinking about this topic so much and like the importance of finishing a story and also why it's hard. And then my fiance showed me this tweet by this author, and I can just show you a screenshot of it. It was really sweet and really good and just what I needed to hear. But yeah, in it he's like, you have to finish your story because like a finished story can be bought, a finished story can be sold, a finished story can be made into a movie, a finished story can like find an audience. But an unfinished story is just a dream and a feeling and a desire that's not yet realized. So you owe it to yourself to finish your story. It was kind of the sentiment of this tweet. But again, I'll put it up here because he just put it so well. And I love that. And I love when authors take a moment to be like, do the thing, like finish the thing. So yeah, now that I've finished my story, I also want to just take a moment to be like, you can do it. Yes, it's gonna feel hard. Yes, it might feel daunting, like up until that last like page of you finishing it, but it is worth it to finish it because you made this, and that's crazy cool. And it's not something that, you know, most people do. And Sally's sniffing my camera. She's sitting like right on, oh, now she's walking away. She's just been sitting in my lap and then sniffing the camera, and her ears are like about to come into frame. Oh, a kitty! We have a kitty that comes through our yard, and she's so cute. One other thing I wanted to say that has been encouraging me as I mentally prepare myself to begin the version 3 draft of this book is something that a writing mentor told me. He was like, the odd drafts are fun and the even drafts are harder. Meaning like first and third draft, more fun. Second and fourth draft, a little harder. And I loved that he just said it because it's such a like kind of insight you just would have after like years of doing drafts. And it's really helped me because I feel it's really, really true. The first draft is like this passionate like run through, like hopefully you're just letting yourself just like dive in and immerse yourself in the story and not questioning things too much. So that's a first draft. Then the second draft is like bolstering your story so that it has a really strong foundation. So basically it can stand up like logically in all its elements, and that takes a lot of time. It took a lot more time than I thought it was going to take with this book. So now that I finished the second draft, I've been thinking about what that writing mentor said a lot and been like, take that in, like let it encourage me towards this version 3 draft, because I'm actually feeling like maybe this version 3 draft will be more fun than the second draft, which took so much longer and was so much harder than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, I think with this third draft, I'll maybe really start to see like the finished productness of my book and like, oh yeah, this like could go on a shelf in like 6 months, blah, blah, blah. That kind of feeling. So finish your story. It's worth it. You gotta do it. And it feels good. Please tell me below about your experience with finishing a story or finishing a big creative project, getting to the end, because I would love to hear about it. And it's good to talk about because writing is such a private, creative process that I think when you can have those moments of camaraderie and talking about it, it's just very therapeutic. So let's take advantage of it. Anyway, okay, I've got to run to work, and yes. Hopefully this vlog made sense. I'll keep you guys posted about the book and how the next stages are going. And yes, I'll talk to you soon. Love you guys. Bye. Oh my God, I kind of had the thought like, oh, I'm a little sad it's over.
Oh, it's not over, babe.
I know it's not over, but it's just funny to be like.
The story is kind of over though. Like,
yeah,
you
it
know
makes me realize like, oh, it was kind of fun to be in the thick of it.
Right. It's also kind of like you're reading it, like, ooh, what's gonna happen?
Right.
You know?
So I'm weirdly like looking forward to doing another pass of it more than I thought.
Yeah.
Just saying a lot considering I've been working on it for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Woo!